Welcome! In today's video, we are continuing our discussions in the fascinating world of economic geography, focusing on the critical role that statistical and graphical information plays in this field. For more on the structure of the economy, please check the link in the description. Understanding economic patterns and trends is crucial for making informed decisions, whether you are a student, researcher, or policymaker. In this video, we'll explore the importance of statistics, learn how statistical data helps us quantify economic activities, identify trends, and make predictions about future economic developments. Graphical representations. Discover how charts, graphs, and maps can visually represent complex data, making it easier to understand and communicate economic information. We'll look at real-world examples of how statistical and graphical tools are used in economic geography to analyze regional economic disparities, urbanization patterns, and trade flows. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use statistical and graphical information to gain deeper insights into economic geography. So, grab your notebooks and let's get started on this journey. At the end of our video, we have some questions for you to try out. You can test yourself with these before we show you the answers. It's a fun way to see how well you understand the topic. Practicing with these questions not only helps you grasp the material better but also boosts your confidence and performance when facing tests and exams. Otherwise, stick around and let's explore more. Statistical information involves the collection, analysis, and interpretation of numerical data related to economic activities. In economic geography, statistics are used to quantify and compare various economic activities, offering a detailed and measurable understanding of how economies function in different areas. Commonly used statistics include GDP or the gross domestic product, GNP or the gross national product, employment rates, which show the proportion of the working-age population that is employed, reflecting labor market conditions and economic stability. Poverty levels indicate the percentage of the population living below the poverty line, highlighting economic disparities and social challenges. Trade volumes measure the value and quantity of goods and services traded between regions, revealing economic interdependencies and trade dynamics. These statistics are crucial for understanding and comparing the economic health of different regions. For example, high GDP and employment rates generally signify a robust economy, while high poverty levels may point to underlying economic issues. By analyzing these statistics, economic geographers can identify trends, make predictions, and recommend policies to promote balanced regional development. This table shows the GDP of South Africa from 2017 to 2023. The columns show the contribution to GDP of the different economic sectors in a specific year. For example, in 2023, the contribution to GDP by the mining sector was about 203 billion rands. The total GDP for South Africa in 2023 was about 4.1 trillion rands. The rows show the contribution to GDP for a single economic sector. For example, from 2019 to 2020 the contribution to GDP from trade, catering and accommodation went down by about 68 billion rands. Remember to multiply figures in the table by 1 million to get the correct figures. The figures in the table have had a million removed to make them easier to see and read. So, what could have caused the GDP contribution from trade, catering and accommodation to drop significantly from 2019 to 2020? Yes, the lockdowns that came as a result of the coronavirus pandemic caused this drop in GDP contribution from the trade, catering and accommodation sector. Most businesses in this sector were shut down and could not operate because of the lockdowns. Statistical data, when combined with graphical tools such as maps, charts, and graphs, allows geographers to visualize economic patterns and trends more effectively. This visualization helps in understanding complex data and communicating findings clearly to policymakers, researchers, and the general public. It also helps in identifying spatial differences, such as regions that are economically prosperous versus those that are struggling, enabling targeted economic interventions. Graphical information refers to the visual representation of data through charts, maps, graphs, and other visual tools. These visuals help to easily identify patterns, trends, and relationships in economic data. Here are some common graphical tools used in economic geography: pie charts, bar graphs, line graphs, and maps. Infographics are now very popular. An infographic is a visual representation of information, data, or knowledge intended to present complex information quickly and clearly. By combining text, images, charts, and diagrams, infographics make data more engaging and easier to understand. Statistical data provides precise measurements of economic data, while graphical representations make complex data more understandable. Graphs and maps make it easier to recognize spatial and temporal patterns, trends, and outliers in economic data. This helps policymakers, researchers, and businesses make informed decisions based on clear and detailed economic analyses. Visual tools effectively communicate findings to a broad audience, including stakeholders who may not have a technical background. One disadvantage of statistical data is that it often highlights the average, which may overlook significant variations within the data set. For example, average income can hide income differences within a region, such as when a few wealthy individuals raise the average income, making it appear higher than it is for most people. This can be misleading in regions with high income inequality. Therefore, while statistical data is valuable, it is crucial to interpret it carefully and consider the broader context. We have come to the end for today. But before we go, please attempt the following questions before the answers pop up. You can pause the video as you go. This is an important section that consolidates what you have learnt. Next time, we will explore the agriculture sector in South Africa. Areas that we will discuss include the contribution of agriculture to the economy, the roles of small-scale and large-scale farmers, and the main products for both home and export markets. So, let us meet next time as we discuss this further. Be sure to check out the link for this in the description. Also, please do not forget to subscribe so that you do not miss our weekly uploads. Otherwise, thank you for watching and keep well. From information provided in this line graph, name the economic sector with the highest GDP contribution. The finance, real estate, and business services sector contributes the most to GDP. This is shown by the blue line, which is at the top.